welcome into Studio AP for Morning Drive on YouTube. One of the biggest stories on the PGA Tour this week is the Bear Trap, the challenging 3-hole stretch at PGA National that is sure to show its claws over the next few days as the players head through the 15th, 16th, and 17th holes. So let's take a closer look at how these holes have played over the last 2 years. In 2018, it was the toughest single year for that stretch at the Honda Classic since 2007, with 145 balls in the water and 128 double bogeys or worse. Last year, there were 85 balls in the water as well. So Robert, let's break down these 3 holes. We know water's going to be a factor, but there is a green out there that we're looking at as well.
Absolutely, a small green and a sea of water. And you saw the stats that there were 60 more balls in the water 2 years ago. That just shows you how much wind dependent these holes are. They're hard with no wind. In our simulator here, no wind at all. In real life, when the wind's blowing 15 miles an hour, it can really feel like it's impossible. Frequently on this hole, the 15th, the wind is blowing in off the right, and that actually makes it tougher because you want to hold that shot into the wind, the tee shot into the wind, but your mind doesn't want you to go in the water. So it's really easy to smother it left, ride the wind more, even miss the bunker left or short left, leaving you a really, really tough up and down.
And it plays 175 yards on the scorecard, of course, not including any of the wind that you may be facing. And you mentioned it, there is a little bit of room for bailout here.
A little bailout. It's a little more friendly in that sense than the 17th hole. If you leave it right here on the short and left side, it gives you a little room to run up to any flagstick except that one. The only real bailout, if you miss the green to that pin, is right in this little part of the bunker, and only that part of the bunker, which is just tough. If you're that accurate to hit it in that part of the bunker, you might as well just hit it up at the flagstick. Really, really hard golf hole. Pretty flat green except for a ridge that runs right here and kind of false front chases it back to that area. But again, pretty much to any hole location, you're looking to landing it, let's say right there. Nice and safe.
Nothing is wrong with the middle of the green on this hole. And when you think about as you're approaching the Bear Trap, what kind of goes through your mind maybe in the beginning of the day or as you reach that 15th tee? What's your goal?
Honestly, if it's a tough day wind-wise, you start thinking about it before you tee off. It's one of those where you want to try to take advantage of all the holes you can. You don't want to give away too many shots because if you enter the Bear Trap already 2-3 over, your round can really, really get away from you here. Like here on the 16th, this is pretty interesting. It's just a straightaway tee shot. You'll see a lot of players hit a long iron and just chase it, or a fairway wood. As you get further down here, you'll see the bunker on the left and the bunker on the right are about the same yardage. They are about this line right here is about 250, 255 off the tee. You won't see a whole lot of players in this bunker simply because the water's on the right. You want to avoid that. But you'll see a lot of guys, again, pull it, land in here, chase through into that bunker.
Do they try to lay back, or is some people going to try to sneak up there?
Well, it's so long. It's actually it's in the 180, 190 range even from there. So you don't want to lay back too much and leave yourself even a hybrid. And so they challenge it usually. A really great tee shot ends up in that area, usually on the left side. The fairway bunker on the left for an amateur is terrible because you see all this water and all you can imagine is chunking it, hitting it in the water. For a tour pro, it's not ideal, but it's not that hard. It just, the hole gets more difficult as you get up to this. It's not a small green, but it plays small.
Okay.
There is a big ridge, a very big ridge right there that slopes off this way and this way. You really can't fly it back here. You can see because it's coming in from the second shot over the bunker. You have to just land it right in the corner to keep it on top. So you see a lot of balls just coming in up the front chute of this green. Again, the same theme as the last hole and the same theme as the next hole. Middle of the green's great. Make your par.
Where do you rank this stretch as on the PGA Tour? Is this one of the hardest? Is it the hardest?
It's definitely one of the hardest. If you take a great stretch of holes like 16, 17, 18 at the Players' Championship, 16 is an easy hole, but it's a great finishing stretch because of the volatility on the scoreboard for the last 3 holes of a tournament. The same in Phoenix. There's the 15, 16, 17. those are easy holes, but it's a great stretch to watch because of the volatility. This is a great stretch to watch because of volatility, but on the other side, there's doubles just going to be abounding on all of these holes. You see, this hole 17 looks similar, actually, to 15. The green is tilted a little more away from you, meaning the landing area is a lot smaller.
This, to me, is the most difficult type of green to approach, where short left or long right is where the greens is. Right. So the errors are long left and short right.
Oh, there is no error to be made here. And there's no strategy to this hole because it's just middle of the green and hit a good shot. And if you don't, you can't bail left. Another thing here, again, wind dependent. This can be really nasty wind. This hole drops about 10 yards. So the ball's in the air that much longer when you're hitting your shot and the wind's grabbing it and doing whatever it does with it. Not much to this green as far as slopes go. It's pretty flat. It does tilt this way just a little. But again, you see a lot of balls into the wind and they'll smother them, land it here, bounce it up. I've seen a lot of them up in here, missing the bunker left. And you've got to get lucky to even chip it on the green from there. Or they'll land here and kick to the back part, the downslope of the bunker, which is really no good at all either. Again, no strategy. There's no pro tip I can give you for strategy here. It's just pick your spot in the middle of the green, hit the shot, or pay the consequences.
And just hope to survive this 3-hole stretch on your way to hopefully winning a golf tournament. That is the goal. Well, be sure to subscribe below for all the latest from the Honda Classic and more. And for more news from the entire golf world, tune in to Morning Drive and Golf Channel every day.